All right, welcome to another episode of Real Estate vs. Technology. I'm your host, Norman Kinsey. We have our co-host, Mr. Dan Gandy. Welcome, Dan.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Always and of course. And today we have a very special episode with an individual who's top 1%. This is an international episode. The individual is in Canada, and we have John on the show. John, welcome to Real Estate vs. Technology.
Hello, guys. Thanks for having me. Vancouver, Canada. I've been selling real estate 15 years out here. So excited to be on the show and to contribute whatever I can contribute to tech versus real estate.
Hey, we appreciate that. We love it. And it's going to be all about you, your business, area that you serve, and technology that you're using. To go ahead and kick off the show, I got to say you're doing a stellar job. I'm going to go ahead and throw up your Instagram behind us. Go ahead and give them a follow. Links below, 26,000 followers. Dan's all like, I already got it.
Just follow.
Thank you.
I love it. So he's crushing it, doing some great stuff. Just saw your market update video. So kudos to you on everything that you're doing with that. But give us some context about your business. So how long you been in the business? What made you get into the real estate industry?
Yeah, so I've been selling for 15 years. Actually, exactly 15 years would be July the 16th, 2021.
Wow.
That'll be 15 years. And so started 2006. And yeah, I kind of struggled through my first couple years. 2 transactions my first half year, and just the grind, right? I don't know. I mean, I wasn't one of those guys who did 100 deals their first year. You know, I got into Mike Ferry coaching program 2 years in, and then it was still a grind, but at least I knew I had a system to follow to get to the next level production. How I got into the business, picked up a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You guys probably have read it.
Kawasaki, love it.
Yeah, 22 years old. I was at a gym. This guy was financially free. He's 40 years old. I'm like, what's up with this guy? So I started asking him questions. And, you know, he's a Caucasian guy living in Taiwan, financially free. I'm like, what did you do? He's like, well, I started a language school here locally, and I bought a lot of real estate, and I have enough passive income so I can retire. I was like, okay, great. I'm like, what book would you, recommend? He said, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I picked up the book, read it, and I was like, okay, I need to get into real estate. So I procrastinated for 5 years. Then I got into real estate. Right. And yeah, so, through this journey, being with Mike Ferry, more of a prospecting type of grind for many, many years. And, now, with our new company, the platform that we have, we just started to get into more technology based in the last couple of years. And it's been fun. And I've been able to leverage more of my own business and being able to build a bigger team so that I'm not working 7 days a week anymore, 12, 14-hour days. I was prospecting, guys, 5-6 hours a day.
Wow.
50 to 55 contacts, not calls, contacts, actual real estate conversations.
Wow.
Right. And I was doing that year in, year out for like 3-4 years. Right. And I'm just starting to pull back these couple of years. So tech has been really helpful in the last couple of years to leverage my business. And so here we are. Last year, we did 132 transactions, just over 100 million in production.
Nice.
Volume.
Yeah,
awesome. So get this, in Vancouver, I don't know if you guys know, the commissions are about half of what you guys make. So the scale is the full commission would be 7% on the first 100,000, and then 3% on the remaining balance of the sales price, which means it's about 3% and half each side.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what we get here locally. So my GCI just around the 1.6 mark if you just add it up, but in San Francisco or anywhere else it would be 3 million. Wow. I'm still grateful. Don't get me wrong. But that's what we had to deal with locally here. And my team went from, 2 buyer's agents. Now we have 6. So definitely grateful for that. I'm working maybe 4 days a week, 7 hours a day now, instead of the 12, 14-hour day. So here we are right now.
I love that. I love that. And of course, EXP stock options, downline, you're making money in multiple different ways, diversifying your portfolio. So kudos to you on that. So
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. I mean, you pretty much answered the next question. I was going to say, where do you serve? Vancouver, as we know now. We know how many sides you're doing. That's fantastic. So do you primarily work with buyers, or do you work with both buyers and sellers? Like, what makes up your business?
You know what? I think in 2016, when we hit a high of 149, it was a listing based business. I got to say, probably around 90 listings sold.
Wow.
And then like 60 buyer deals. But then last year, we probably had around, it was about half. So around 65 and then 68 or 67 buyer sides, and then less listings actually, because I got more buyers agents to service more buyers. And which taken me, away from the listing business more, and then just delegate. I started purchasing leads only 2 years ago and starting to, come around. And so more leverage for me. Yeah.
Nice. That's fantastic. And I have to say, even with 2020 and all the things that happened in 2020, kudos for you for still having a successful year and, moving forward and continuously just growing your business. And, obviously inventory, what happens. So it kind of makes sense why it's 50-50. So last two questions before we get to the mix up round, and Dan's going to take it away. What is going to be something that separates you as a real estate professional out there than anyone else in your specific market?
For myself, I would think we have systems in place where we, our listings, this is what we take them through, right? Our buyers, this is what we take them through. And, we are really, my team, I would say 3 words from ourselves is impeccable customer service. That's what we're about. And communication is really key. So we have all these communication systems, scripts that I train my team with, and we never miss a beat. And, for us, I mean, the Mike Ferry style, we would tell, well, these are our stats for list price to sales price ratio. That's how we differentiate. Well, when the market is netting around 98%, we net 101%. And this is our days on market. And then, I have 10 reasons why you choose us versus other agents locally. Language skills, professionally trained, 20-point plan of action, yada, yada, yada. Right. So
wow,
that's all in our listing package.
I love that. I think a lot of agents miss on when you're talking about the list of things, standard operating procedures and KPIs, key performance indicators that show that the standard operating procedures, here's a list, right, that we can get you past the finish line in the next 30, 60, 90 days is what we need to follow. So I love that. And it sounds like you give your clients a lot of confidence going through that process, because it's like, hey, we've done it. We've been there. This is what the process looks like. Very good communication. Here's a roadmap, ABC, buttons and color.
Yeah. And I think, being in the market now 15 years, people kind of know us locally, know me locally. And know that, through my years of hard work, that they know that I always show up and we always get the job done. And that, I think, is a differentiating factor for me. When I get out there, people already know me. And then we're currently working on our Google reviews more aggressively now.
Nice.
So that people can search us online. And, me doing online content, videos, whatnot, that also helps. So now with experience, with some social media content, some mind share, some Google reviews, when you step in the door, you dress well and you speak well, you're trained well, it's pretty much a done deal.
I love that. That's fantastic. That's awesome. So last question from me before we get into the technology side of things. So 15 years in the business, you've seen like hardly any tech in this industry, working with Tom Ferry. I know his approach compared to his son's approach, Tom Ferry. What have you had to adapt to going through that process in your business as far as you've been scaling past 15 years and going through, where you were to where you're at now? What's the one piece of technology you've really adapted to help grow, scale, and get your business to the next level?
Oh, it's online lead gen, guys. And, when joining the company 2 years ago, EXP gave us a platform called KB Core. It's not, yeah. So for me, it's like it's a huge topic for me, right? Because I'm like a dinosaur. I'm 41 years old, and I'm probably the least tech savvy 41-year-old you will know. And, being with Mike
Wow.
Ferry 12 years, guys, Mike is like, no Instagram, no Facebook, no LinkedIn. You pick up the phone, you call somebody, and you ask for referrals. I did that. I followed it to the T, right? But then the problem with that is that, I did not have the physical energy to do that for another 10 years. It was physically impossible. I was going to die. And my wife would have left me. My wife would leave me, right? And, my mom got sick 2008. And guess what? I was on the phone. My mom was having surgery in her brain. She had an aneurysm.
Oh my
Right.
God.
And I was on my phone, the flip phone back then, right? Trying to do deals. And then when she recovered from an aneurysm 100%. And I was still too busy for her. She would call me and I would end the phone call. I'd be like, Mom, I'm busy. Let me call you back. I text her. And 2013, my dad got sick. He would always tell me, hey, son, come home more. I'm like, I can't. I gotta make my contacts. I gotta go home now. I gotta make my contacts. So he had a quadruple bypass surgery, never made it out, and big regrets, guys. And today I'm able to leverage my business more. So I want to help other agents out there. You know what? Just clear your head, leverage more. You don't need to net $1 million. It's okay. You don't need that much money. Like even if you net 500,000, I think you have a good life. Right?
Yeah.
Give some of it away and try to not do everything yourself. So that's my mission today. Like, guys, real estate is one thing, but like family is everything.
Wow.
Right?
That's an impressive story. And I think that a lot more people should listen to that, because it's a balance of how can you set up the systems and the technology and the inbound lead generation and that demand gen for yourself, so that you don't spend 4x amount of time and effort, which cuts into family time and cuts into, those moments you're never going to get back.
Yeah.
Exactly. And, I pull back from 50 contacts, 55 contacts a day to now 10 contacts a day. Believe me, life is a lot better. And, when my daughter runs to me when I'm prospecting at home, I can say, hey, you know what, I'll take a little break. I want to play with my daughter. Right. And before I would have been like, just let me close the door. I can't talk to you guys for another 3 hours because I got to, grind on the phone.
Wow.
Right.
Man, that's amazing. So I just have one thing to say, or two things to say before I give it to Dan is you don't look 41. I thought you were in your 20s. And when it comes to technology, the one thing I feel like, Mike does a great job, but what he's missing is technology helps you automate and scale out. So you could use Calendly to automate your calendar system. You could use Google Calendar to see what's going on. You don't have to pick up the phone. You could send over a link. There's loom.com to film, like bombbomb.com, same type of concept, to film a great video, go over contracts, whatever the case may be. Instagram's amazing. Podcasts are amazing for us being able to network and meet each other and our viewers and listeners that are hearing today. And I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and I set myself up so now I can have that. So she comes to the store, she owns the floor, and she sits right here, and I'll be in meetings. And I'm like, here's my daughter. And I don't just like push her out and like not bring her into the situation. So kudos to you, man. That's amazing. I'm going to give it over to Dan. He's going to take it away on the mix-up round and find out more specifically about your technology. I love your passion. I love your story. And man, kudos to you, bro.
Thank you.
Some of these answers I may already know because I'm at EXP as well. So, but CRM, you still rocking KV Core, or are you using a secondary CRM as well?
You know what? I've fumbled through Commissions Inc.
Yep.
And we just subscribed to Bold Leads as well, just testing that out. And then this other gentleman out in Illinois, likable agent, John Ray, we just testing stuff out. But anything that we generate through those platforms, I think KV Core is still great for AI and the automatic stuff that we can, use to drip on. I think KV Core for me is the granddaddy of all platforms right now, because it's a website. It's a CRM and it's a lead gen. So, I like it. I canceled my previous website administrator, Avenue HQ. They're great, but I can just incorporate in one. And then I canceled Top Producer. I was still using Top Producer until 2019, guys.
Wow.
That's an OG right there.
It's super OG. I'm an OG, I guess. But, this stuff, I'm still fumbling through it, guys. I'm not tech savvy. So I just do what I can. And I just know that this time I'm keeping with it. I'm keeping the lead gen budget. When I subscribed to Commissions Inc., I quit after 3 months because nobody was helping me. The company, took a bunch of money, no fault to them. I was just not with it. And I didn't know what to do. And there were like 100 leads that came in and I didn't know what to say. I'm a Mike Ferry agent, but online leads, you can't use Mike Ferry scripts. Right? And Mike Ferry is like, I want to Netflix and chill with you right away. Whereas online leads, you got to date them a little bit. Right?
No, it's and you hit the nail on the head. The AI is really why I have a liftoff agent website, WordPress. Thank you guys. And
awesome.
I've implemented some of the KV core, like the what's your home worth and some of the search pages and funnels to go back to the KV core. So I have like a highly branded content driven website. And then I have KV core out there for buyer and search. And that's been a really, I turned on Make It Rain and it's been like a lead every day, 2 leads every day, just coming.
There you go.
Back. So yeah. And you're totally
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I already know the question. Do you cold call? It's almost laughable at this point. But in terms of cold texting, are you doing any of that or is it legal in Canada? Like what's your thoughts on that?
You know what? Cold texting, because we don't, in Canada, there's privacy laws where in the States, I believe with Red X, you can furnish cell phone numbers.
Yep.
But for expireds, we only have landlines. And because of privacy laws, Red X doesn't furnish us with, can't furnish out with any numbers. And if we were to do the cross-reference research ourselves, it's all landlines.
Okay.
Right. So cold texting, not so much.
I jumped on a call with somebody. I think they were in Toronto, and I was like, "Oh yeah, just go down to title, like pull the whole list, then skip trace it." And he's like, "We can't." And I was like,
"Yeah,
all right, I get it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Next question: are you direct mailing your past clients or any specific geographical farms?
Not geographical farms. You know what? I regret not doing it. If I do it now, it's going to be a little bit too late for me to start in the game. So I'm just doing online. But in terms of, sorry, what was the question again?
Past clients.
Past clients, yes. So thank you cards with send out cards with some brownies and or Amazon gift cards through the mail. And then also birthday cards through send out cards and Christmas card.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's all about that past client. If you were going to do one geographical farm, do your actual neighborhood that you live in.
That would be smart. Yeah.
That's what I just did. Because I'm like, hey, if you want somebody to sell your house that has like direct impact, like I want to make sure that this is taken care of and you get the highest price possible.
I think, flyers and geofarming, it's coming back in a big way, especially with the market being the way it is, that when people see, okay, well, my neighbor just sold they got 20 offers. What's my home worth? I'm going to give this guy a call. Right. And when the market's not so hot, when they see a piece of mail and be like, right.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. Now let's talk social. You have an impressive social following. I mean, anybody over 10,000 followers on Instagram in the real estate space is impressive. How did you get to 25,000 plus followers and how long did that take you?
I would say probably I started Instagram 2013.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely old. But I had some help along the way. I hired some guys to do some algorithms and then they added some followers and I hired some other guys to add some other followers. And now I'm working with houses, the account there, and then they just they would comment on my stuff and then they would tag me on their stuff. They have 6 accounts, I think. Each and every one of them are over hundreds of thousands of followers. So once they tag me, I would get noticed. Most of the followers that I have are agents, which is, aligned with what we're doing at EXP anyways. Yep. And then more Facebook, then it's more so for my clients, past clients and center of influence, Instagram for agents, and then LinkedIn, just either or. So I'm doing all of them.
No, that's nice. Super smart. Time organization. Any tools you're using there? I mean, Google Calendar, Monday.com, Asana.
Let me show you something.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
So I'm going to show you a super duper complicated system that I use.
It's his planner.
It's my planner and it's physical. You kind of see it. Anyway, so that's what I use. And I don't sway away from it. Every weekend, I sit down and I plan the week ahead. Now, when I do that, I also put it into my phone and I sync it with my team calendar digitally.
Yeah.
Right. But then as I go through my day, I would just cross off what I did and it just eases my mind. I suffer from anxiety. So that's what I do. That's why I do it.
Good for you.
That's smart. And then any new technology that you're dabbling with, could be for anything. It could be virtual tours. It could be whatever.
Oh man. New technology. I would say new apps. Well, Matterport has been big for us, obviously. And now I'm thinking to go into TikTok. And what's the other one? Well, Reels on Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to combine them, but I just don't know what to film. I don't want to dance. But like, it's so effective. You know what I mean? Like, people are getting deals off of TikTok. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And especially for EXP agents, if you want to do agent attraction, I heard TikTok is really good too. So yeah, those are the things that I want to dabble in, and more YouTube. My videographer is my wife.
Love it.
That's easy.
She does a great job, and we just have fun doing it. I haven't put out that much stuff, but whatever podcasts that I do or Facebook Lives, she's extracted them to put into podcasts and also YouTube channel as well. So I would love to have you guys on if you guys are available. Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah.
Man. It's super cool to collaborate with everybody. Well,
sure.
I appreciate you kind of going through your technology tool belt, sharing like, your OG approach with some of the new stuff that you're trying. And I think ultimately you've hit some good golden nuggets for people in terms of making sure that you don't just cold call, you diversify your marketing approach, you create inbound demand generation, and the branding and authority that you have in your local market. People know you because you're credible. You have a reputation, and that reputation management, I think, is really what casts the widest net possible, because people know if they do deals with you, you're going to get it done. So
yeah, awesome. Absolutely. And I just want to say, I think for the listeners out there, it's never perfect. It's never perfect. I don't have my team perfect. I still struggle through turnover, and the tech is not perfect. Our conversion rate is pretty dismal, to be honest with you. I have 2,400 leads. We've converted 18 deals. Right? That's less than 1%. But you know what? We're doing it. We're just going to keep going. And just like my prospecting business, it took me 10 years to really get it. I assert with the online stuff, we just got to keep going, and trial and error. We're going to come through hurdles, but we're just going to keep doing it, and just making sure that along the way that we provide impeccable customer service. That's all we're thinking about.
I love it. You should check out Highnote.io.
Highnote.io?
Yeah, if you want to write that one down, especially with trying to convert internet leads. Once you get them on the phone or any type of nurture sequence, then you can drop them a Highnote presentation, and it gives so much credibility so quick, and you can tailor them to what type of data point they're at, or like what type of.
So IO, right?
Yeah, yep. Highnote.io. We had them on the podcast before. I actually implemented them and have them. So for like agent attraction offline, we can converse, but you can drop like an agent attraction Highnote, and it has like everything that somebody needs to know, and they can apply, and they see rev share, they see everything. It's all combined into like it's like a glorified PowerPoint presentation in website form.
Okay. I got to check them out.
Your listing presentation 2.0. So the CEO is Mark. And Mark was on last week's episode. So that's the newest episode that's on Real Estate First Tech as we speak. Really cool guy, and definitely something to check out. And I would highly recommend viewers and listeners, and also for you, John, is going to be focus on Reels, stay natively with Instagram so you don't spread yourself too thin. And if you're not posting natively in the platform, you won't get as much exposure. So to then film off off the platform and then upload on both platforms. I tried it. It doesn't work as well. So that's the best way to do it. And you don't have to dance. You could have music and point.
Yeah.
Or you could do quick, fast, little things. You could check out examples on Liftoff Agents, Instagram Reels or something.
Okay, cool.
For super simple, 2,500 views for doing nothing. And I don't dance here. So thanks, Dan, for taking on that mixed up round. I got 3 more questions before we're going to have the floor open to you. And so over the years, as far as positioning, do you consider yourself any type of expert? Have you really dove into an area specific or dove into a buyer type or seller type and had success with that? I know I saw something online about, you're trying to leverage a divorce and maybe that niche. So have you ever done anything with positioning?
A little bit. I think I was with a local project marketing company that had a resale department. So we went into a lot of new construction in terms of townhomes and condos. So I have been sort of pigeonholed into that. So even now coming out of the company, I had probably about 90% attached property, meaning condos and townhomes. And then about 10% of our production is our houses. Wow. So that's kind of what we, now it's okay, since we're good at that already, let's just keep going. And I will not touch any commercial. I will not touch any land. No, will not touch any rentals. I just do residential.
Those are my favorite. No,
exactly.
Hey, different strokes for different folks. Everyone has their, specific thing that they like. Have you ever set up any buyer specific, seller specific, farms?
I haven't. No, that's one of the things that I never did in my career. I wish I had done in the very beginning, and I don't have to drive, an hour to my listing appointments, whatnot. But I built a team that spans pretty wide right now with, the 6 agents that I have. We span out. Usually people either do Greater Vancouver or the Fraser Valley. I have agents in both areas.
Nice.
Right. And with the EXP platform, with the lead gen that I have, I'm able to cast a wider net. So that's what I'm doing right now. And since I'm already all over the place, I'm going to keep going that way.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, do what works. It's great for our viewers and listeners, and there's so many different approaches, right? And you got to do what works for you. And sometimes the magic's in the madness. So, hey, if it works, roll with it. Last question that I have, you pretty much already answered this. It's basically your secret weapon. So it's basically, if I was to hire you to sell my home, what would be your secret weapon? What would you say to me? And I think that it's just those 3 key factors that you keep on reiterating as far as how you operate your business. And those 3 are?
Impeccable customer service.
Love it. I'm just going to leave it at that. That's perfect. I'm going to leave it at that. So we're at the end of the show now, where we like to have the floor be open. So for our viewers and listeners out there, is there anything that you would like them to take from you, or a project you're working on? I know you might, who knows, expanding your team. Take it away. Floor is yours.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we are currently looking for agents to, really grow with on the EXP platform all over North America, all over the world now. And also, I'm looking to add to my sales team. I've got a new book that's coming out next month. Check it out. It's called How to Be a Beast. And just doing through.
We'll link down below.
Yeah, link below. It's just going through the design stage right now. And yeah, just working on a little coaching program as well with it's called 2 Facebook real estate page. And yeah, other than that, I'm just a family man. I'm just a guy selling real estate. Yeah, that's it.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, thanks, man. We really appreciate it. And I found it to be very inspirational. Definitely at the beginning, I think the takeaway for me is, balance your time, have more time spent on various different things, from professional, personal, family, friends, your clients. So that way you're not just singly focused and find yourself getting to the point where, some things that happen to you. So John, thanks so much for being on the show. I really do appreciate it. That was amazing. And
thank you, guys.
By the time this episode's live, we'll have to get the book link, because we're 8 to 10 weeks out. So we'll have to have the book link below. We'll have all your social media links below as well. Dan, thanks for co-hosting as always. We appreciate you.
Good. Really appreciate it. John, Great to meet you. Let's connect.
Great to meet you guys, man. I'll hit you up on Instagram. We should set up if I can like interview both of you.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. And then, it's called the Power Half Hour. It's only half an hour, just like you guys, super efficient, and just share what you guys do, your stories, and some advice for the crowd. It's all agents too. So yeah, let's set it up.
I love that. So another link below for the viewers and listeners. You're getting a sneak peek behind the scenes update as far as what's going on. And to everyone that viewed today, we appreciate your time. And it is our intention for you to take something from our episodes that you can apply to your business to have more massive success. And we will see you on the next one. And made it to the end. Well, thank you so much for watching Real Estate vs. Technology. We hope you found value, especially something you can apply to your real estate business. If you could do us a favor, we would appreciate it. A thumbs up. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell, you'll be notified for new episodes coming out, and comment below. What the heck did you learn? If you want to join our Facebook group page, there's a link right here. And if you want to be featured on Real Estate vs. Technology, send us a DM on our Instagram page. We'll see if we get you on the show. So, take care, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.